Hi there, I'm Dr. LaQuita J, and welcome to my YouTube channel where I talk about all things that in between being and becoming a pharmacist. How you doing? You all right? In this session, I'm going to show you how I set up my Google Calendar to keep my personal work and business life organized. Won't say balance because I believe balance is something it won't necessarily achievement. It's all about creating a rhythm. So we're not gonna get into that, okay? So I do use a digital as well as a physical planner, but I like to use Google Calendar because it's convenient, it's flexible, it's easy for me to collaborate with others. And then sometimes just think about like you need to put a date in. You may not have your physical calendar with you all the time, so that's why I like to use my Google Calendar. But I do have one, and I like to set up how I set up my Google Calendar is basically I've been saying in these last couple of sessions of we're gonna just like today we're gonna put all of it together, like how I truly set it up. Because the first things first is we want to start like a routine. For me, it's a morning routine, and I like to put that in my calendar so I know like anything can be blocked off where nobody can necessarily bother me. So that's one of the first things to do. And think about sometimes like, do you have a morning routine or a night routine? And you want to make sure you put that in your calendar so you can know. So for me, I need to grab a piece of paper. I know how to scrap paper somewhere right here. Okay, not right there. It's right here. Look at me. Not right there, right here. So with paper, I just want to jot down some things because I'm going real time as well. I'm actually going to reorganize my Google Calendar. Um, and I want to play with it. So I just want to make sure I have things set up and ready to go. So first thing first, my morning routine. Now your morning routine can be a whole full of things. For me, my morning routine has changed because at first I do all the things, but I moved to the space where do like one thing, like the regular things, and then just like get to doing work because I have more demand of my time. And like I've spoken before that mornings are my peak energy. So I rather get to doing work, like doing the things I need to do. So I want to have that for my peak energy times. So that's for one thing. So for me, my peak energy time will be for me for morning. I just want to make sure I know like that. Know my routine. So you got one routine, you want to plan it. I used to name mine. I kind of still name it. I call my morning routine "Make Today Great." So that's what you can name yours if you want to. That's what I typically do for mine. And that's the first thing first is your morning routine. Think about that if you want to put that in your schedule. Second thing is think about your peak energies. What is your peak energy performance hours? What are this time you just go and you can get a lot done? For me, it's a morning, so I'm gonna take advantage of those times. Okay. Now I'm asking you to do all these things because we got to set it up. So it's best if you already thought about these things now in order to set it up, and it'll make a whole lot of sense. So number one, if you got a routine, you want to make sure you think about that. Two, peak energy. Three, what are some commitments that you always have? Like if it's work, what are some weekly commitments that you have? You want to go ahead and make space for those. So for me, I already know a couple of commitments that I do have. You'll see in a few minutes. One of them is Bible study every single Monday, as well as Make It Happen Mondays. That's also a weekly thing. And also work is another thing. Yes, I do work too. um, so that's also like a commitment. And like any kind of like meetings or something, stating things you have weekly, I like to put those in. Then I wanted to also say too, I always have a session for appointments because of course appointment is going to come up. Would it be for you, your spouse, family, whomever? So you want to make sure you have that. Um, just have appointments tab, and also yeah, and anything to like bi-weekly or monthly thing you do as well. You want to make sure that you put that have that kind of session for that too. And just, I mean, if it's moving too fast, just feel free to stop. I just like to make sure that, hey, we put these things together, okay? So if it's becoming too much, again, feel free to stop. You don't have to necessarily put all these things together. I just like to. Okay. If that's fine. That works best for me. Um, so, and then, look, and then we get the task. So I like to say always to just tasks. Sometimes you got tasks, some things to do. You just want to make sure you put it as a task. It'll make sense in a few minutes, I promise you. Okay. And then you want to think about as well, like we'll go back to our categories. So kind of different categories you'll have. Now I'm gonna use let's go back, let's start our 5 L's. We already talked about that and you're writing your goals for them, right? We talked about that previously and I'll link that video below. But think about those 5 L's. What was something you wanted to do every single week? For me, I knew that when it comes to faith, I wanted to make sure that I fast weekly. So I need to put that in my calendar. When it comes to family, I wanted to check in with relatives each week. So I need to put that in my calendar to check in each week. When it comes to fitness, my goal is to work out. Well, not say that work out. I actually have a fitness goal. I mean, I have like more so. I don't necessarily have like a true, well, like, of course, like a certain pound release, but I don't. I'm more focused on my habits, so I guess it's not. It's a thing of not necessarily a calendar thing. It's just more of a self habit I have to do for me. That is always too with finance. I do finance Fridays, so track my expenses and savings in progress. So that was something I'll include into my calendar. And fun is like I'm going to schedule fun. I'm actually challenging myself to take myself out on a date at least once a month. Um, so, and this, I would say this, have someone date at least at night, because I'm the queen of a date. I am queen. I just like it because people be at work, no kids at school. It just don't be busy. It just be just breathing. It's good. I like it. But being that my fun, I want to plan like more creativity and do things like that. So I want to make sure I put that into my plan and in my at least once a month to plan my fun. Okay. I have to do that. And also too, if you are in school, it's easy to like you can schedule like your classes into that. And then also what I used to do is the class, I'll actually schedule time in my calendar to study for that class. So it could be that's a whole other thing. I should do that. I'm creating a video of that. I think I should do that. So I was like, but it's a thing about how it'll be color coordinated for the class and then come back with what time, like how I study for that class. So I know these days I study. So that's for you. You can do that. If you are studying for the Naplex, it's more so too you can break down a session. So area 1, area 3, area all different areas, 6 areas. So you can break it down according to the area and say, okay, today I'm gonna focus on area 1 and this be this like this here, or it can be a way of doing different disease states in a sense, like breaking those down. Like, okay, this is if you a lot of people like just from my history of coaching, a lot of people like to just stay on infectious disease. So it could be something where you just stay on infectious diseases, like just don't change it. Just constantly stay on it. So, I mean, they like to stay on it. They don't say to change. They like to just constantly study it. Like, it happens. But look, y'all saw my face. Forgive me. But I mean, it's a thing. So put that in your calendar. If you know you're gonna constantly come back to infectious disease, like it's the most important topic, just put in your calendar and start studying for it. Okay, I digress. Let me move on. And also for me, for business, I like to break business down to different categories as well. So for me, I like it to make it make sense. So that's what I do in a sense. So we'll it's like, and let's get into it. So I want to make sure I take out this here, and for business, I have different categories for that. So take a moment, pause, do that if you need to, and just think of like different categories of things you can do. Okay. And then let's get into sharing this calendar, and I'm gonna show you how I set up this calendar. Okay. Okay, so this is a sample of how like your Google Calendar will look like. And over here are your different calendars, and you want to set these up. For me, if you have, and if you also have the Soar workbook, I like color coordination, so it works best for me. So in the L's, I like to put the 5 L's inside of my calendar to make sure that I'm meeting my goals as well. So I like to put those in blue for those more so business goals, because it's like business as well. I like to put those colors and more so business related colors. It'll make sense in a few minutes. And then I like neutral colors for anything else. And like anything else, like if it's work, or is it like I'm a full-time caregiver as well, just sending a break and make sure I schedule it out so I can know. And if and even any other kind of calendar I share with others and things of that nature. This is how it goes. So the first thing you're gonna do is set these columns up. This is the most tedious task of them all to do. So first thing is like figure out your categories, which we did the first half. And here you just go and click in. You want to add a new calendar. And for here, for this purpose, I'm going to add a new calendar. So I need to put one for personal. And like I said, I like colors. This is a person calendar for me. And it'll create. It sometimes takes a little time, but it does create. And you can stay here. You can keep just if you know all your categories, you just keep adding them in here. It saves a lot of time doing this. Or you can go back to settings, and you'll see personal. And then I like to do my color coordinating. And if you have a Soar workbook, we already have color schemes and color codes for you. So here, hex, for this particular one, I don't have a particular color in mind. Like I don't have a color code, hex color code I have in mind, but I do know I want a neutral color. So I'm going to pick something like more neutral, get into the browns a little bit. So I'm just looking for something I can get like a little brown color. Okay, so then this here, and I'm probably going to do this for a person. I actually like that other color. And you just can go see how it changes here. It changes as you go through if you look at the hex part, it just changes. But I'm going to go, like it changes here. That's what I'm saying. Look here. I don't know why I was like this. If I want to do, I don't know, I like this color speaking to me. And it's kind of different than all my other colors, right? Okay, so I'm going to put this here and hit save. And that's personal here. Just personal things. I like to put I just like to say personal because it's one of those things. If I do like birthdays or some kind of random thing, I'll put on my calendar, say like you've been with a friend, like, oh yeah. And sometimes it may be considered fun, but just personal thing. Or I may send a reminder myself to check on someone. So I like to have like a thing for personal. That's why I like to put for mine for personal. So here you can do these things here, and this once you put all those different colors in, it's gonna make sense. Right now it just looks like a whole bunch of colors, a whole bunch of lists, but it makes sense. So here, once you do that, you can theme your days. I'm using this. I kind of, in honesty, I recorded this very thorough. However, it did not the entire screen was just a blank. It didn't show any of the things I was doing on this. So I was like, this is the second time recording this, so this is gonna be a quick and dirty one. If you want more detail, please let me know in the comments, and I'll actually re-record with a more detail, and I'll reset my calendar up just for y'all. Just saying. But right now, today, no. So and I like to do this is, so then like I said, then you want to start planning out different things. So you got your fun, faith. So when it comes to faith, right? I know for me on Mondays, so once I got my categories together, what I want, now it's time to actually put things in, like what are reoccurring things, appointments and things of this nature. So I know on Monday nights, I do have, I do facilitate B groups. So here, you can go to here, create an event. And I'm going to say Motivational Mondays. And this will be here. I'm just used for this purpose. I'm just going to keep saying, we're going to just do, for the purpose of this, we'll just do this here. I'm just going to say for Mondays, and I'm going to repeat it. I'm going to repeat it weekly on Mondays, but I'm going to custom. You can also have when it ends, And just for the purpose of this video, I'm going to put in on this, I'm just going to keep it on. We're going to stay for this, just the purpose of this video, it'll end on this date. You can also end it. And then here, I'll put it, this is my faith category, so put in faith. And don't worry about the color, it automatically changes. Once you set the colors, it'll change. So, Motivation Mondays, oh, yeah. That comes in here. That's my faith category, right? Then if it's, okay, so I also do family. Like I said, one of my goals is I want to ensure I check on my family members at least once a day. So here, once a day, once a week, just checking on family members and things of that nature. So I'll make sure I check on them. And then just go and create another date. Like whatever you want to do, like a weekly thing. I would say anything that's weekly, you want to recreate for that part. And things of this nature. But I'm not, this is like, you just keep doing this like tasks, you input your dates. And that's just one thing you can do. I'm not going to keep, because it becomes very tedious, but I'm actually going to show you my calendar I actually set up, and it'll make it look a whole lot better. But you also can do like theme days, which I kind of do, especially for business wise. I do a lot of themes. So for typically and how you create a theme, and this is what a theme looks like. I'm just gonna go ahead and show y'all, because I was trying to like show you the here, but it's setting up January. So as you can see, this is what I'm saying, like where all my 5 F's, I like the blues, so I know this is more so blue color. This is something dealing with my 5 F's, my 5 F's, say F's. So family check-in is more so be on Thursdays. It's nothing to like quick text message or call. Then money church, if it's business, art, finance Fridays is what I called it. And then more so the greens and the yellows, this is more so business related. So then I have theme days. This is what I mean, theme days, like CEO time, things of this nature. And then I also schedule, like I said, my peak hours are, for me, are 5 to 7 a.m. So I'm going to go ahead and schedule those in, so I know like what's 5 and 7 a.m. And then those things are too, like, because I know Friday is Monday church, more so peak hours will be doing so more so finance, because I know it's my peak hours. This is something I'll be doing. I like to call my peak hours get ish done peak hours, so I like to leave it there. As well as I have theme days. This is how you can create the theme. So I know like Mondays is going to be marketing / sales, Tuesdays operations administration, Wednesdays are my CEO days, Thursdays are my client fulfillment days, and Friday are my finance days. So it's like finance Fridays, I did theme that one, and market Mondays. And actually Tuesdays and Thursdays are client days. This more so I do more coaching. However, if I had to say, it's a thing of what comes priority, to make sure I stick on something, it'll probably be operations administration. Make sure I have at least some time to do those things. And then clients is what clients are primary focus on Tuesday. So Tuesday and Thursday are client days, where I do coaching calls, strategy calls, checking in, one-on-one calls and stuff like that. But more so Thursdays is my days. I'm like, it's client work. And these are, and then again, like here I have Make It Happen Mondays already recorded. These are, it's like the month view, so it looks at the grand schemes of things. And then like I said, personal. See here I had to add personal. So for this one here, I'm going to kind of change it a little bit. This is going to be actually personal, because I want to put people's birthdays. I like to have people's birthdays in my calendar so I can remember that. And I scan it annually, and it's like this like little random stuff as well. And also another thing I want to add too, because I want to get into the point where here, and this is the thing I like about Google Calendar. So this is the month view, right? You can do the day for today's. Today it was just January, which New Year's Day, none of that happened, but it was like playing, but none of that happened. But let's see like a week view. It's like a week view of working and things of this nature. And then the month is a little bit better. So this is what I like to do. And also something unique I want to show you is particularly this here. So I decided every last Thursday of each month, I'm going to do what I call a monthly goal check-in to see how my progressing towards my goals before the next month come in. And before I said like, okay, what do we do this month? How that happened? And what can we do next month to make sure it's like I'm meeting my goals. So during this time, and actually I have a video coming out, so be tuned for that session as well with that particular one. This is the monthly goal check-in, and then how it shows up on your calendar is this. So if I was to click this date, right, click this, and you can also click this, no ad, you'll add one like that. But if I was going to say, I'm going to click on this day, if it stops, if it allows me to, and I want to go this week, right? Go into this week. And mind you, this is a task, actually. This is a task. So you have a task column, and it'll turn, like I have tasks, and tasks come, this I'll show you how to do this, don't worry. I'll show you this video coming. I'll show you exactly how tasks work. If I wanted to show you in a sense of why I like Google Calendar. So if I'm doing week, right? And let's go to that particular week. And in that week, the last Thursday, right? And you see how the task pops up. So doing my get it done time, I know the task, primary task I need to work on is getting my goals checked in. So getting those done, and you just mark it complete once you're done. So that's how I like how the task button works, because you can actually put the task inside of it. But this is my color coordinated color coordinated calendar. And I like to theme the days. Oh, I never told you how to theme the days. So when I go back, let's just go for the purpose of this video. I'm going back to November. And say Sundays. Actually, Sundays, I need to put this on my calendar, honestly, because it is very true. And I don't know why I'm going to do this. So I'm gonna put it on here, right? And that's one of the things where it doesn't necessarily, some things doesn't fall into like faith, family, finance, fun, or something like that. Sometimes it just doesn't. And for me, this is one of those times where it just does not. And that's going to be for me self-care Sundays. So I'm actually going to create, and I'm going to show you how I create a theme. So moving forward on theme days, I'm going to create an event. This is, in order to do it, I like self-care Sundays. And this is actually, I do believe in resting on Sundays. So to make it a tab like I did how we had client, here it's going to be an all day event. Once you make it all day, it's going to forever be all day. And I just repeat it, and you can put how you want it, weekly, every 2 weeks. And then if you want to do custom for every 2 weeks, just go week 2 like that. But I'm going to do weekly. And this is being my personal, because like I said, it could be in fitness, honestly, because self-care is part of fitness. It's health and wealth. Health is wealth, right? It can honestly be a part of that, but I just like to, for this here personal, I'm thinking like, I think I will put in fitness, but I would say, yeah, because it's mental health, like it's all that. So I'm going to put in fitness, and then self-care Sundays. But honestly, I was going to put in personal, because I just feel like it's just a personal thing. For me, it's a personal. So self-care Sundays, and then I want to repeat this weekly. And I did say every Sunday, so when I save it, it repeats weekly. So now it should be in my December calendar, January calendar. And now with self-care Sundays, but I don't like how it's like that coming there, so I probably will go and change it. If you want to change the color, you can. So just simply go here, click on it, edit. I want to move this now to fitness, because I like it, and save, and all of it saved to blue now. See how simple that was? And I still know like different ways of, again, blues and the purples typically going to be my 5 F's. Greens and a little bit of yellows are going to be business, and the more so natural tones will be like personal, just like things of personal tasks and decompress kind of thing. So I know like, hey, we're gonna decompress and do nothing in a sense. So that's how it goes. I love Google Calendar from this perspective, and just allowing you to see things. And it's easy, like when you're on the go, just get an update, and I know exactly what I'm going to do because of this here. It's kind of like a calendar train here, but it does make sense. And just self-care Sundays, and just help stuff plan. And here, like particularly for this particular week, let's go for this week and see what I have planned. So this week, of course, this is going to be, I can see what my themes are. Oh no, this is still on what you call it. Okay, there we go. I was like, it's still on what you, this is crazy. So this particular week, of course, like I got my get ish done times, and then make it happy Mondays as well. We're actually on a break from motivation Monday B groups. They'll come in, and then here, like again, I have to set like all my dad's appointments in my calendar, so I know what's going on. I also have my health coach, my fitness. See, I know it's blue because it's fitness, and I also work, so that's another thing too. And it's like, I like how it does the diagonal. It's kind of funny there. And then also dinner dates. So it's like, see my little self-care here for fun, my purple for fun. So yes, and this is how we do these things. Some things I have planned for right now. Anything else comes up for this week, it'll be put into the calendar. And do this time too, you set a gram scheme of things, so it's like less overwhelming, things of that nature, but it's something good to do. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe to this YouTube channel. If you do want more details of like how exactly how I you want to select to really break down me creating these things, but it's just a repetitive thing to me, repetitive task of like creating all these and then going to and discussing the events. It's very, and then it's just very repetitive techniques. But I did credit you to how I created a personal, be the same way how you create the rest of these. For here, you figure out what your categories are. And I like to theme my weeks in the same way I did self-care. You just go and theme it the same way. Just make sure you put all day, and they just go in at your individual tasks. And then because when you put your task in, like here, if I put get each done and you select the calendar, it'll automatically change. It'll color coordinate it for you. So that's what I like about it, setting it up, and it's able for me to see, and it's like class, and you can pick your own color schemes. For me, I try to do a color scheme per area. I got like 3 areas: business, life, and then just weird kind of, well, I don't say weird kind of things, just things, just simple things in a sense. And honestly, I'm thinking about a break will be done here, so I think I want to decompress this weekend. So you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and schedule that, and we're gonna decompress. So let's do that. And just say I call it Love on LaQuita. How about that? How about that? And let's go here, and it's gonna be my break decompress. It's gonna be, let's do all day from the 19th to 21st. Just Love on LaQuita, and we're gonna say that. So you see how it automatically creates that. You can do that too if you want an event. It does it, but if it's all day, and that's how we do. And this is the week, and then come back for the month. And easy to see, it's a Love on LaQuita day. It's Love on LaQuita, and I like decompress, and I like these. So it's just gonna Love on LaQuita and just have a 3-day weekend. I love it on her. How about that? But I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, until next time, remember, pharmacy is unlimited if you are. Be great.